How's it going, crypto community? This is Jade Martian, and this video is going to be a weird way to shout out to all those people who get upset about, you know, people not being able to give honest, straightforward answers about where things are going to go in the future. And that is that, a lot of people just say, we don't have a crystal ball. None of us have the crystal ball to see the future. Nobody knows it's going to happen yet until it happens. So with this is a video from a channel that I found a number of years ago, and it's called The Dictionary of Obscure Thoughts, or of Obscure Sorrows, sorry. Fantastic content. So instead of talking about XRP and, what might happen, let's just for a minute all imagine that we were able to see our life and rewind.
We take it for granted that life moves forward. You build memories. You build momentum. You move as a rower moves, facing backwards. You can see where you've been, but not where you're going. And your boat is steered by a younger version of you. It's hard not to wonder what life would be like facing the other way. Ave Noir.
Now, for you to create such a paradise, how would you do it?
You'd see your memories approaching for years and watch as they slowly become real. You'd know which friendships will last, which days are important, and prepare for upcoming mistakes. You'd go to school and learn to forget. One by one, you'd patch things up with old friends, enjoying one last conversation before you meet and go your separate ways. And then your life would expand into epic drama. The colors would get sharper. The world would feel bigger. You'd become nothing other than yourself, reveling in your own weirdness. You'd fall out of old habits until you could picture yourself becoming almost anything. Your family would drift slowly together, finding each other again. You wouldn't have to wonder how much time you had left with people, or how their lives would turn out. You'd know from the start which week was the happiest you'll ever be, so you could relive it again and again. You'd remember what home feels like, and decide to move there for good. You'd grow smaller as the years pass, as if trying to give away everything you had before leaving. You'd try everything one last time, until it all felt new again. And then the world would finally earn your trust, until you'd think nothing of jumping freely into things, into the arms of other people. You'd start to notice that each summer feels longer than the last, until you reach the long coasting retirement of childhood. You'd become generous and give everything back. Pretty soon you'd run out of things to give, things to say, things to see. By then you'll have found someone perfect, and she'll become your world. And you will have left this world just as you found it. Nothing left to remember, nothing left to regret. With your whole life laid out in front of you, and your whole life left behind.
Hi, John.
So I hope that was as moving for all of you as it was for me. And we should always remember that because none of us can see the future, that we should always approach each day as if it may be our last, and approach each new opportunity with a healthy dose of skeptical optimism, right? Butchered my own line, but at any rate, it's been a slow news day, and this channel has some fantastic content, so I figure I'll shout out a few channels other than just the crypto based, because some of these channels that I might be able to feature that some of you may not have heard of, because it's not really that popular of a channel, just 298,000 people. Some of them deserve a lot more appreciation for their content than they get, right? But yeah, I hope you'll all enjoy this, and from now on, whenever somebody asks about price predictions or brings up issues with where you see things going, just tell them I've been aware. And with that, I've been Jade Martian. If you've enjoyed this content, be sure to hit that like, smash that subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to get more content from me, almost always XRP related, aside from whenever I go off on these back of the envelope thoughts here. But anyways, ring that bell for all XRP related content. I do feel that in many ways this is an important lesson for many people who are investing in general, to keep in mind that, just because that there's only one way that we get to experience this existence. And despite the beauty that this way the reverse might unfold, we don't get that luxury. And so the most we can do is just be hopeful, but remain skeptical at all times, right? But hope comes first. And with that, I've been Jade Martian, and I'll see all you, my XRP Martians, in my next video on Mars.